Local newsmakers and entrepreneurs talk about local issues on Northwest Notebook with host Ty Ray. Friday, Sunday, and Monday on KVOS TV.
Grandma's House is a children's show shown locally on Comcast Channel 26. The show is about children and diversity. The show is the idea of host Bea Moss and her executive producer, Sandra Matheson. And both of you, welcome to Northwest Notebook.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Bea, I have to ask you, how did you come up with the idea?
Well, when I arrived here, I felt I wanted to do something very important. I'm a producer. I produced television shows in New York City for about 25 years. In fact, my most exciting guest was Dr. Robert Atkins, the diet doctor. He was wonderful, really a very shy man. Anyway, I decided that it was important to get the message out about children and diversity here in Bellingham. I felt this is a diverse group here, but not many of the children understand or appreciate the other child's background. My producer here will give you a little bit more information. My writer-producer.
Yeah, Sandy, how did you end up hooking up with Bea?
Well, actually, my daughter was one of the original actors in the first episode, and so I came on as a parent volunteer, and I enjoy writing, and so Bea was looking for a writer, and I said, well, let me give it a try, and I did, and so I wrote the first show and the second show and the third show, and then during the second show began to help Bea in producing the show, and that's how I became deeply involved.
How difficult has it been to get the show off the ground?
Oh, it's been a challenge.
Oh my God, it took us 2.5 years to produce the first show because we had a lot of, it's all volunteers. I'm a nonprofit organization. Hopefully we'll get some funding. And it was very difficult because people came and went. Some of the actors came and went, and some of the crew came and went. 2.5 years. Our second show, of course, and our third show, much better.
Yes, yeah, we did have some challenges with trying to, working with volunteers. We had wonderful crews and wonderful casts to work with, but it was difficult because it was all volunteer.
And
it took
people
a
have
lot
other commitments.
Of time,
Yes.
a lot of time, and but as we got into the second show, many of those people came back to work with us, and we began to attract more attention, and more people wanted to work with us. We had a more professional crew. And by the time we got to the third show, we just have an outstanding show and a wonderful crew and some of the people who've been there since the beginning.
So I have to ask you, what's feedback been like?
Oh, we've gotten some funding. The city of Bellingham funded us. Walmart. Can you remember some of the other people?
So how have you gone about doing or going out and getting funding? Has it been kind of like hat in hand? Hey, this is our show, and you play like a DVD for them,
Yes.
and okay.
But we're going to do more serious funding right now because we want to produce a really professional show. This third show, and I will say that we're very grateful to our editor, who is Doug Ortega. He's done a marvelous editing job on this third show. It's practically professional. People have seen it and they say, my God, it's like a network show. And with this show, we plan to get quite a bit of funding, backing.
So the one thing we haven't talked about, though, is what time and where does it air?
Okay, it's on Comcast Channel 26.
Here in Bellingham.
Here in Bellingham, yes. And it's on twice a day, 7 in the morning and 5 in the evening. And what they do is they alternate. They have one show on twice a day, and then the next show on the next day twice a day, and so forth and so on. It just goes, from one show to the other each day.
Have you had any parents come up to you and say, thank you for doing this show. You're giving my child a better understanding of what it's like to be a child somewhere else or from a different background?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've and surprisingly, we not only do we have kids who come up and recognize Grandma,
That's great.
Yeah,
but we also have a lot of adults, even that have kids that are older kids, and even some older kids as well that do enjoy the show and tell us how much they appreciate it.
What kind of distribution do you have in the works?
Well, we're trying now to distribute it to different stations. I'm hoping to get it into different countries too. There's a slight chance of Mexico. I've forgotten the name of the station, but I'm in touch with them, and we're hoping to get it on a lot of the other stations here and around the world.
Is the difficulty that it takes so long to put together one show?
Yeah.
That people want, if you go out and you want distribution, they want to know that, they're going to have current shows being produced over and over again, right?
Yes, but we feel confident that now that we're getting to be known, and this third show is so good, that we're going to get a lot of funding and we can produce the show quickly and professionally.
How rewarding is it for you two to see this thing get off the ground?
Oh my God. I love it. I think it's wonderful. I think it's very important also to get the message across, because that's what we're doing, putting a message across. And she's very good at telling about the message. Tell them about the message.
What experiences are you drawing from to get that message across?
Oh, well, I guess as a parent, and then I work a lot with youth, with children in some of my 4-H activities and former youth fair activities. And we not only want to get the idea of acceptance and diversity across, but also to help children make healthy choices in their lifestyle and their relationships as well. So.
Okay, quickly, once again, what channel does it air on and what time?
Okay, Channel 26, Comcast Channel 26, 7 in the morning and 5 in the evening.
Grandma's House.
Grandma's House.
Bea Moss and Sandy Matheson from Grandma's House. We'll be tuning into Channel 26 to check out the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for being guests on Northwest Notebook.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.